Right, welcome back to another video. This time I wanted to share a road trip with you. This time we went back to the Arcade Archive in Stroud, Gloucestershire, which is a really nice part of the world, through the Cotswolds, and we went to see a talk there by two great guys. Tony Temple, who is the current world record holder for Missile Command, and also one of the presenters on the Ted Dabney Experience podcast, so check those out. He also does, he's got his own website, The Arcade Blogger, where he talks about a lot of arcade raids, both here and in America. And Alex Moazzi, I'm sorry if I've spelled that wrong, said that wrong. Ollie is known as Alpha One, and he's got a great collection of arcade cabinets as well, and he has been doing raids, really, from what I understood he said, since he was about 16, 17, so pretty much the majority of his life. And they did a talk on arcade raids in the UK really over the last 20 or so years, although they did mention one that they went to in France a few years ago. And the talk was held in the new renovated, I think it was a pump room at the Arcade Archive, which has also got the Retro Man Cave. It's part of the Retro Collective. So I wanted to do a quick video showing more of a reminiscing of the day for me, how it went, the people we met there. And I did film, just to get it out there from the start, I did film some of the talk that Tony and Ollie were doing, but as you'll see in it, I didn't have a particularly good vantage point, and so after a while I realised I'm best just giving you a flavour of the talk. So there's 5 or 6 minutes of them talking. But really, for the best, if you want to watch all of it, I think Neil at the Retro Collective will be posting the full video, because he filmed all of the talk. And so I'll put a link into the notes if you want to watch that for when he releases it, Neil. I'll update the notes with a link to it, and I recommend you watch it because it's a fascinating talk that they gave. So without any further ado, I'll cut straight into the video of going down there and the day that as it happened.
Good morning. Special good morning to the two Cobra Kai t-shirt wearers. No, just two Cobra Kai. We've got a really special day for you today, all on the topic of arcade raids, the secret world of arcade raids, as will be told by two people who are very experienced in the field. Where is he? Tony Temple's here. Come over here, Tony. Tony's joining us today. 3 people actually, not 2, we've got 3 people. You'll be joined by Ollie, I don't know how to pronounce his surname.
Moazzi, Oliver Moazzi.
Oliver Moazzi, also known as Ollie Alpha One. And you've done lots of arcade raids together. And also I'm really pleased to see here with us today is our founder of the Arcade Archive, Alex is over here. To make today extra special, we've built we've taken the opportunity to turn the pump house, which is a building project we're in the middle of at the moment, into a kind of homage to arcade raids using all of our broken arcade machines and lots of extra special things in there. So that's in the pump house downstairs. We're going to open that as soon as the talk's over. As for the rest of the day, the arcade will be open from 11:30. You'll be able to enjoy that all day. Lunch will be at 1 o'clock. If the rain holds off, we'll be doing that outside, so we can have a nice outdoor lunch. The talk we're aiming for 2 o'clock, and that will be down in the pump house. And then you're all invited to the Curio Lounge in Stroud later if you want to join us for dinner. You're all welcome to come along. Just a few bits of points to mention. If you're in the pump house, we've tried to make it as safe as possible. It is safe, but it is a building site. So please, whatever you do, don't go through the barriers, don't go up the stairs. We'll give you a little peek up there if you want under supervision, but please don't go up there. Richard's here from Heba. And you'll have seen how hard he has been working and the company's been working recently to launch the Mr. Multi-System 2. So if you've got any questions about that, do ask Richard and he'll be pleased to answer them. Also worth mentioning that Tony's book is in the shop as well. Missile Commander. Mr. Lee is still the world record holder on Missile Commander? Just about. Just about. So there's a whole book about that worth looking in the shop, so take the opportunity to get that signed by him. Jason, of course, is in the Dev Den talking all about game development and showing you his setup in there. And the last final point is if the fire alarms go off, the meeting point is in the car park downstairs. You won't have to worry about that. So, nice to see so many familiar faces. The blue badges are people who haven't been here before, so please make them feel as welcome as possible. And everybody, please enjoy your day, make this your playground, and have a wonderful time here at the Retro Collective. Thank you. This is quite a special day because this is probably the one and only time we'll get to use the pump house in this way, and I think there couldn't be a better suited talk for this this kind of moment. And we're very honoured to be joined by our special guests, Ollie and Tony, and I think Alex's face might pop up. He might feature in some of the stories. And it's has anyone here been on an arcade raid?
I wish.
Yeah, I wish too.
Almost.
Back there, yeah.
Almost.
Oh, mate, well, that's
Does it count if I say it was for Ridge Racer full scale?
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
the
that's
full car version. Okay.
Almost, but...
Where did that end up? Do we know?
It ended up being scrapped.
Oh!
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Oh,
No?
it did.
Maybe
There's
it was different.
there's only one, so like 80% of it got scrapped, the whole frame, and then the arcade glass.
Yes, well, I know the guy who has the car, he's still got the car.
Yeah, no, it's been Arcade Club have it all now.
Yeah, Arcade Club has most of it, but I know that the guy has still got his. There we go.
Oh, he was a strange fellow, that guy.
Yeah.
That's a whole other story on Tony's blog, actually.
So I think all of us would love to have the opportunity to go on such a raid. I know I would. And this will give us an insight into the world of arcade raids. Come on in, grab a seat anyway, guys. Move seats if you need to. Cheers.
There is something.
Tony and Ollie have to tell, so please put your hands together. Look, Tony and Ollie.
Thank you, Neil. Hi, everybody. It's nice to see you. I'm especially pleased to be here today because I'm not talking about Missile Command. So you'll all be relieved there's no Missile Command talk today. When Neil asked me if I wanted to do this talk, and we banded a few ideas about it, and we came to the conclusion arcade raids would be a great subject to share with you guys, I thought to myself, there is no way I can stand here and talk to you authoritatively about arcade raids without asking my friend and colleague here, Ollie. So Ollie's been a collector far longer than I have, and if there's an arcade raid that's taken place, certainly in the UK and sometimes beyond, that's worth talking about. Ollie's either been on that raid, or he's organised it, or he's known the ins and outs of it. So hopefully Ollie can bring some more detail to our talk today. So we're going to talk to you in sort of 4 sections. We're going to tell you what a raid is, first of all, because there's a few misconceptions as to does the word RAID actually mean? We're going to briefly talk about RAID pioneers, which are mostly US based. So obviously in terms of classic arcade collecting, the US guys are kind of streets ahead of us because they've got a lot more inventory to collect and to find. So we kind of make reference to those guys. We're then going to go through 5 or 6 what we would call UK raids. Not all of them actually took place in the UK, some of them actually took place on overseas shores, and we'll share some of that detail with you. And then finally we've just pulled out a few notable finds that have come about as a result of what we know to be an arcade raid. So, what is a raid? Again, just to give you more context on top of the context, obviously Ollie and I collect arcade machines, and the machines that we play here at the archive started out life in an arcade, typically back in the 80s. And then, as we know, the arcades kind of died out. But then at some point, stupid people like me decided it would be a good idea to collect their own arcade cabinets, and one is never enough. So if you're thinking about getting into the hobby, you'll start with one, you'll end up with 20. It's just arcade collecting voodoo. It's just how it works out. So today, in the here and now, if you want to buy an arcade machine, you might go on eBay, you might join one of the collector forums, and as collectors, we tend to share and swap and sell between us, but that's becoming more and more difficult these days. But just going back a few more years, like, how did arcades get from arcades into private collector hands? And I think a large part of that, certainly in the 90s and the early 2000s, the main source for classic arcade cabinets were arcade raids. So, Ollie, do you know? Give us a bit more.
Yeah, I thought we would touch on this because the term raid is not necessarily a very nice term, an arcade raid. It's like almost you're breaking and entering and then potentially stealing stuff. So, and we just wanted to talk about where the terminology came. So obviously you can see a dictionary term there for what raid actually means and how it's, very different to what an arcade raid possibly should be. So, I was looking at raids in the 90s, that's where I got all my inspiration from. I was at college and university, and I would go on all of the internet, on the library, and I would look at all these amazing things that these US collectors were doing. And the terminology first came on GeoCities. So all of these raid sites, these raid pioneers, they had all their spaces on GeoCities. There was some MySpace stuff, but most of it was GeoCities. And that's where essentially the terminology came from. And all of the arcade forums, CLOV, all of those places, they all still use the terminology today. I haven't seen it used in any other sort of picking scenario. If you watch the picking programs on TV, they don't go on raids. So it's a very odd term, but yeah, that's where it came from. And unfortunately, I have used the Wayback Machine. I've done a lot of searches to see if I could dig up any of this really cool information. And essentially all those moments have been lost in time, unfortunately. So all we can do is just make our own.
There you go, guys. I just wanted to give you a flavour of the talk. Not all of it was filmed by me, obviously, but again, check it out on the Retro Collective. And it was great to meet so many people down there. Alex was there, and actually, I'll point this out as well very quickly. I asked Tony to sign my Missile Command poster there with his world record high score. So that is fantastic. Thank you, Tony. I'll put that back on the wall in a second. But at the end of it, we went for drinks and a meal in Stroud, and it was great to talk to a load of new people, meet new people, as well as talk to Tony and Ollie, because we managed to talk them into coming with us. And it was a great event, so I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one. Cheers.